Homestand continues. We're back in the NL East, and the Marlins come visiting. Hard to believe for the first time this year. George is ready. Ball club, we think, is ready. They had a players-only meeting yesterday, and here's what lies ahead until the All-Star break. 4 with Miami here, 3 at Pittsburgh, 3 at Citi Field, and then it's time for the Midsummer Classic. So the Nats trying to regroup after a rough series against Boston, get back in that win column. And how important was it that the players themselves decided to get together yesterday?
I don't know. We'll find out. I think players' meetings are a lot like trades. You never know how good it is on the day of a trade. You know how good it is after the trade, maybe down the road a little bit. So we'll see. I've been in player meetings where they're great and everybody comes out fired up the next day. I've been in player meetings where everybody airs each other out and they're still mad at each other the next day. So we'll see how this thing goes. And when you talk about the schedule, it looks like it's lightening up. The Nats have to play against themselves. They have to play better baseball. They have to run the bases better. They have to hit better in big situations, execute better on offense. So I think the schedule right now is irrelevant. You have to play better baseball, so the Nats have to play against themselves and play a better brand to get out of this thing.
And we hope Jeremy Hellickson's feeling okay. The starting pitching has been really rough for the last 3 weeks. One decision during that time, Eric Fetty. So Hellickson gets the call tonight. We thought he was solid at Philadelphia. On a day when maybe the Nats would have scored more runs, he probably would have pitched to a win.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice first outing for him. The fastball command wasn't what we're used to it or what he's used to, and I think that's going to be the thing you see tonight much better. The fastball command, he'll keep it down, he'll hit his spots. He's going to be much more sharp tonight against the Marlins.
Bryce Harper plays his 100th career game against the Miami Marlins tonight, and Miami's not real happy about the first 99. He's hit 24 homers, driven in 69 runs, and hit 297, 104 hits against them, and with the homers, his most against any opponent. So again, we hope the offense comes alive tonight. The Fish are in town for 4. Time for the Nats to get things moving. See, make today the day. And by American Standard Heating and Air. Find your local independent American Standard Heating and Air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. You know, the baseball season's a lot like the dock. It's got some ups and downs to it. Sometimes they won't stop. Sometimes you're way high, and that's where the Nats are hoping to get back to. Partly cloudy skies, and it's 91 at game time. Feels a whole lot more than that. The humidity, anytime that thing's over 50%, you know it's going to be muggy here. Mentioned the plight of the starters lately. Now, keep in mind, Max should have probably won 2 to 4 games during this stretch. But in the last 24 games, the starters are 1-15 after dominating previously. There have been some no decisions. Some of them have suffered from lack of run support, and some of the starters just haven't pitched that great. FP, it's time for everybody, pitching, defense, offense, everybody work together and step things up.
Well, Max is the one, I feel like, from what you hear, that spoke up most in the players-only meeting, so we'll see. I'd listen to him if he was saying something to me.
Here come the Marlins, hitting .240, same batting average as the Nats, tied for 10th in the league. Martin Prado has not played a game since he went on the DL May 25th. The Nats were in Miami when he injured himself going down the first base line. So he returns today, and they need him. He's always been good against our ball club. 10 home runs, 52 career RBIs, along with the other numbers. Pretty familiar guys. And Brian Anderson, their right fielder, he wants to be in the Rookie of the Year conversation. He deserves to be right now, hitting .281. He's one of the best young hitters in baseball with runners in scoring position. Jeremy Hellickson against the Fish, 12 career starts, 4-3.
Well, there's the arsenal. He's thrown 192 curveballs this year, 173 changeups, so he throws more off speed than he does fastballs. Keep you off balance. You see the numbers real good this season for Hellickson. Opponents hitting .233 against Jeremy, just giving up 5 home runs. The defense behind Jeremy Hellickson tonight against the Marlins. Game 1 of 4. Here we go. Soto, Taylor, Harper the outfield. Turner, Murphy up the middle. Rendon, Adams at the corners. And Pedro Severino behind the plate. And welcome back Matt Adams in the starting lineup for the first time off the DL yesterday in the lineup today.
42 hits in 153 at-bats. And of those 42 hits, almost a third of them are home runs. 13 homers. Matt has 7 doubles under his ledger. So anyway, could have some pop over there at first base.
Check it out. Lowest fastball usage in the big leagues by starters this season. Jeremy Hellickson, just 36.6% of the time he throws the heater.
Pedro Severino has an equipment problem. That's why we're waiting. Paul Lessard just got him all patched up, and we're ready to roll here. So Jeremy a little late in taking his warm-up tosses here. Miami got off to a horrible start. They were 5-17. Then they have gone 31-35, and for the last month over the 500 mark. And they've been jockeying back and forth with the Mets, trying to get out of the cellar in the National League East. Atlanta, by the way, Max Fried for them at Milwaukee. Jhoulys Chacin for the Brewers. And that's 2 first-place teams battling tonight. Derek Dietrich, 199 career against the Nats. He's hitting .287. And at 7:08, first pitch is fouled off to the left. With all the change in personnel, Derek Dietrich getting a chance to play every day, and he's hitting .287 with 30 RBIs.
$11 homers too.
And since 31st of May, the 31st of May, he's hitting .339.
We haven't seen the Fish in a while. Just once this year, right? Down in Florida. 25th through the 27th. Nats swept them.
Yeah, seems like eons ago. The Nats still have only played 29 games in the division. Same number as they played against the West. And that's inside 2-1. And there are times when Derek Dietrich will not get out of the way of those. He leads the league in being hit by 12 pitches so far. There's Donnie Mattingly. And that ball drilled, and Daniel Murphy couldn't get to it. Dietrich aboard to lead off the game. So let's go to June 11th. And the Marlins are 13-10. Over that time, the Nationals are 11 under. So they started 5-17, and right now the Nats are 5 of their last 22, 5-17. Phillies keep winning. They had a couple of W's this week against Baltimore. Here's Brian Anderson, 25 years of age, had a birthday in the middle of May. Third rounder 4 years ago out of the University of Arkansas, and he's having a fine season. And it's kind of interesting what they're doing with him. He's played about an equal number of games in right field as he has at third base. Played a lot of third when Prado was hurt.
He turned into a good right fielder. He's got 5 assists. He's got a real strong arm out there. He's accurate.
1-1.
And what do I always say? Infielders that go to the outfield always know the importance of being accurate. They're used to throwing to a target their whole lives, right? You got to hit the first baseman in the chest. Well, when you go out the outfield, you got to hit the cutoff man in the chest. It's easy. You've been doing it your whole life. Guys that just play outfield, they've never had to do that, really.
Way inside, 2-1. Anderson has 95 hits, 7th most in the National League, and he leads in a bunch of the rookie categories. So we'll check in on Brian Anderson and Juan Soto later in the summer. See who's doing what. They're on the list. Marlins don't run much. Fewest stolen bases in the league, just 20. And they've been caught 14 times. So they're 20 for 34. Dietrich, 1 for 1. And he got a pretty good jump. So there's no play at second. Trey Turner to Adams, 6-3 for the first out. Real Muto is next. Game notes for you. So 8 quality starts in 12 previous ones against the Marlins. 2.88 the ERA. Trey Turner last 15 ball games. Quite well he is doing. He's 8th in the league in hits, by the way. And the Marlins on the road, yikes, with their pitching staff. At home, solid, not good, not great. So the road has been their problem. They're 17-26 away from Marlins Park. JT Real Muto is on his 2nd long hitting streak of the year. He had a 12-gamer that started in late April. He's on an 11-game streak right now.
Best catcher in the National League. He'd do it all. He can hit for average, hit for power. He's thrown out 50% of the runners behind the plate. Plays a pretty good first base, too. And what, he just jump into the top 5 for catchers in the All-Star voting?
No, it's good to hear. Sometimes the Marlins don't benefit from a lot of voting at the ballpark, but with folks being able to do it online, good to see he's being recognized. He's a .280 career hitter, 5th year in the big leagues. 7 for 26 against Hellickson.
I think it's a good story. Remember in spring training when the Marlins were unloading all their outfielders and pretty much their whole ball club, he said, I want to be traded. I don't want to be around here for this. And then Derek Jeter, Don Mattingly talked to him, said, hey, you're going to be the cornerstone force for the rebuild. He bought in. He's having a great season. So a guy that initially said, I don't want to be here, is probably going to be an all-star and their representative here in D.C. in a few weeks.
Well, and if they told him that, sounds to me like they have no intentions of trading him. And everybody wants him. If you get enough, those things can change.
The price is high, I would imagine. Real high.
So D. Gordon to Seattle, Stanton to the Yankees, Ozuna to St. Louis, Christian Yelich to Milwaukee, and then the conversation between the brass and this fine young catcher. 3 balls, 1 strike. This one's high in the air. Back for it, Taylor. Short of the track. Trying to set himself for a throw. Dietrich's going to go to third. Look at this throw. That was just too far to try to get a guy going just 90 feet. 2 down.
Well, he did a lot of things right here. He got behind it. He set up. And Michael A. Taylor, to the point we were just making, was a shortstop, right? Look at the accuracy. Infielder to the outfield, and the arm strength all the way from the track almost. Let it rip, and Dietrich knew he had to hustle. If he pops off that bag a little bit after the slide, he might have been out. Nice throw. And I had no idea that ball was going to carry that far.
Looked like a shallow pop-up to the outfield off the bat. Here's Justin Bohr. He's had some success against the Nats career. 10 homers, 31 RBIs. Good slide by Severino, and a breaking ball really moving to his right.
Yeah, runner on third, got in front of it. Nice job. Sliding over, using the chest or the belly or the abs. Sorry, Pedro.
Two and 0. StatCast powered by AWS. So the Nats in that shift. And Justin Bohr, you can see, primarily a pull hitter. 53% of his batted balls to the right side.
This is a pitch around piece. Martin Prado fresh off the DL. He can hit, but I think Jeremy Hellickson wants the right-hander on deck. Or it would seem.
Pretty good run back there, and he gets a strike on the inside edge.
3-0 strike. Right down the middle.
Right down the middle of the left side of the batter's box. 3-1 with 2 outs. There's the walk. Home plate umpire, by the way, 9-year veteran John Tumpain. Mike DeMuro, 21st year at first. The crew chief, Mark Wegner, also 21 years. He's at second. And a 20-year veteran, Jim Reynolds, over at third. A lot of experience on the crew tonight. Martin Prado is 6 for 26 career against Jeremy Hellickson, but he hasn't had an at-bat since the Nats and the Fish played on May 25th.
Pulled his hamstring, run to first.
And what was crazy about that, he was already 3 for 3 against Max Scherzer with a single and 2 doubles. Trey Turner got an error on the ball he hit to short, and he was trying to leg it out, and down he went. Career numbers, 3 homers short of 100. He's at 309 career as a Brave and as a Marlin against the Nats. Pulls it. That's a fair ball. And with the runner, Prado, barely able to run down first base way. Anthony Rendon can't come up with it, and the Marlins have a run.
I've seen him backhand that ball before, but he got in front of that plenty of times. See where the eyes were. Kind of way out in front, not down the glove, and that's why that little tricky hop at the end jumped out of the glove. 1-0 Marlins.
Anthony Rendon, second error of the year. Yeah, my eyes immediately went to Prado, and some of the Marlins guys told me, oh, the first time he has to run down to first, we'll have to keep an eye on that. So there was time to make the play, but he reaches, and the Marlins have an unearned run.
And sometimes when you go to your right at third base, you have a tendency to kind of look up to feel where the runner's at, and that might have happened. You saw that last shot where Anthony Rendon's eyes were. Usually when Anthony fields a ground ball, his head's right down in the glove. Watch this last shot here where his eyes are in comparison to the ball. See him out front? The ball kind of got deep on him, and you don't see that last hop. It gets underneath your sight of vision.
Cameron Maben, the hitter.
Your line of vision. Your tunnel vision.
1-1. Maben at 228. He's had an odd year. He hits a lot higher coming off the bench than he does as a starter. And to the left side, Rendon gloves that baby. And out on a close play at second. Anthony Rendon, a fantastic play to keep Miami from making it 2-0.
Tell you, best thing that happened to you when you make an error is get the next ball, make a play like that, and just kind of seal the deal and turn the page. Nicely done.
Yeah, a lot of homers for the Nats down in Miami. When they got to town, they had 62 homers. When they left, they had 68. There's the lineup. Anthony Rendon. Since the middle of June, he's been hot. And our first look at 22-year-old rookie Pablo Lopez.
Yeah, second career start for Pablo. 22 years old, 6'3", 200 pounds. Major league debut on the 30th.
Backhand Prado. Nice play.
That was against the Mets. He was the winning pitcher in his first start. Went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs on 6 hits. A couple of home runs to the Mets. So two-seam fastball, the sinker's his thing. He's got a good one. Curveball and changeup to go with it.
Here's Juan Soto. He was part of that series down there, went 3 for 11 against Miami. When the Nats swept that series and left town, they were 7 games over 500. So Prado on the grass at third and the fastball low. Lopez from Cabimas, Venezuela. The 19,304th player in Major League history.
If you get called up the same day as somebody else at the same time, how do they know that?
They look at your flight schedule.
Yeah. How do they know? How do they know I'm before him or he's after me or where the heck we both are?
The thing I
When you get on the field, maybe?
I think what happens, this all goes through the commissioner's office, and there's a timeline for everything. So I guess whichever call-up happens first is the first in line. That's a good question. And I'm pretty sure it's decided by the paperwork that has to be filed with the commissioner's office for all of that stuff.
That's a total Cliff Clavin answer, and I am not buying it. Dietrich Maybin Anderson the outfield. Rivera Rojas up the middle. Prado Boer at the corners. And JT Realmuto behind the plate. It makes sense, though, what you're saying.
Well, I do have somebody in my family who's been doing it for 50 years, so I'll check with her later.
Yeah, ask her. Good right fielder's got 5 assists, got a cannon out there. Guy that you have to think about before you run on him.
Anthony Rendon. 7-game hitting streak. Salvaged that with a base hit up the middle in the 9th against the Red Sox yesterday. He's hit .280 career against Miami. One. Tried to wait long enough for that curve at 77. Nasty fastball on 1 and 2, just inside.
Do they measure time per plate appearance? I feel like Anthony Rendon's in the batter's box more than most.
Time of possession,
yeah.
Sort of. Miguel Rojas takes care of that. 3 ground balls, and that would be a good sign for the 22-year-old rookie pitcher.
Only meeting after yesterday's loss to the Red Sox. It was something that was led by a few veterans, but Max Scherzer was the one who did the most of the speaking, according to multiple players. The gist of the meeting: we're better than this. Let's play like it. Let's come together as a team and play for each other. We've had injuries, yeah, but this is our team. No excuses anymore. A couple players telling me they felt like a meeting like this was needed. Not that this team didn't know that it was good, but that a sense of unity and getting on the same page can help. Guys realize now's the time. Trey Turner saying it's do or die now. And Bryce Harper said he's excited for this opportunity, guys. A chance to essentially be the hunter, chase down the teams in front of them, something this team hasn't had a chance to do or needed to do in quite a while.
Well, there's no doubt, thank you, Dan, that it is that kind of approach. And being the hunter and having to grind it for a couple of months, FP, that's the sort of thing that can really get guys to come together as long as the results are happening.
I mean, yeah, if you got to dig down and come back from 7 games, it's not like it's August, so it's doable, but it's time to go. And I feel like if you could turn this thing around and get going in the right direction. I talked to Davey around the cage today, and he said the Cubs were down 8 last year. And he kind of chronicled how they got back into it. They got hot, they got healthy, and all of a sudden they were in first place again. So it's not impossible, but it's time to go, right?
Rojas to Turner. And Jeremy Hellickson has 3 ground ball outs.
I mean, basically, Carp, you find out what you're made of as a ball club right now. Are you a championship quality team or not? And there's 2 ways it can go. You either dig down deep and turn this thing around, do a 180, or you keep going the other way. Which one is it? And then you find out a lot about your makeup as 25 guys. Not Max Scherzer's makeup. You know, it takes 25 guys. It takes the superstar down to the 25th man to win a championship, and they're going to find it out. We're going to find it out. If they do turn it around, imagine the momentum they'll have going into October.
I don't remember things going that swimmingly for the Caps all season long, right? They had some adversity early.
Kind of turned around at that game at the Naval Academy, the outdoor game against Toronto, I feel like. So you never know, but I think you just got to play better baseball. How do you do that? Well, do all the little things.
Yadiel Rivera wasn't in the original lineup today. JT Riddle was at short, and he was hitting 6th with Maben hitting 8th. And when Riddle couldn't answer the bell, Maben got bumped up to the 6th spot, and they put Yadiel Rivera in at short. 26-year-old infielder from Puerto Rico, former Brewer.
Well, that was a players only meeting, so I think there's some accountability to that when you say, hey, coaches, we got this. But as far as coaches meetings goes and managers meeting goes, Davey Johnson always said he always had his with his ace pitching the next day.
Interesting.
I mean, you think about it, right? If you're going to have a meeting, you probably want
try to do it the day before a win.
Yeah. It's like when I say change seats. Do I ever do it at the bottom of the lineup? No, I always do it when 2, 3, and 4 are coming up. I mean, same principle.
Well, that's a hit. Should be anyway. Daniel Murphy tried the bare hand. Rivera can run. He's aboard with 1 out. Well, we always used to say Davey Johnson knew how to lose a game, so he'd be okay for the next couple of days, not wasting a bunch of personnel. And evidently, he knew exactly when to call a meeting as well. That's some experience right there.
I remember the one he called in Miami, and I forget what year it was. It might have been 12 or 13.
In the air. That's a can of corn. Foul ball, 2 outs.
They couldn't let it drop even though Lopez did run because it was foul, so take the out. Yeah, the one in Miami just said, everybody get out of the clubhouse. The media got out, and he walked into the clubhouse and said, hey, I just wanted them out of here. That's our meeting. Celebrate Zach Brown Band's return to Nats Park. Enjoy this double feature, Zach Brown Band Night at Nats Park on Sunday, July 8th, followed by Zach Brown Band Concert on the 27th. Get tickets to both, plus a limited edition commemorative pennant for just $99. You know where to go to figure it out. But yeah, he just cleared out the clubhouse, got all the guys together, and said, I just wanted those jokers out of here. We're good.
And then I'm sure everybody in the media scrambled for the next 24 hours trying to find out what happened in that meeting.
Nothing.
Here's Derek Dietrich, who singled to right center first time, and then he came around to score on the 2-out Rendon error on the bouncing ball by Martin Prado. There are mind games, psychological games, everything that can go into running a ball club. It's a pretty complicated thing, but sometimes it can be ridiculously simple and somewhat amusing at the same time. 2-0 to Dietrich. He's going to drill a base hit the other way. This guy seems to save his best at bats for the Nats. He's 2 for 2. Brian Anderson next. I heard a great story about a coach in another sport who once was asked, how do you become a great coach? He said, good decisions. Then he was asked, how do you make good decisions? He said, experience. Then the guy said, well, how do you get experience? He said, bad decisions.
That's true. All of it.
It all works together. Eventually, Brian Anderson is hitting .418 with runners in scoring position. And that's the second highest in the league to Matt Kemp's .419. Heady stuff for a young player. Strike one.
He reminds me of a young Ryan Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Talked to Ryan today. He's shooting for right after the All-Star break, so we'll see.
Yeah, Dave, you raised the possibility of Ryan going out on a rehab in the next week or so. Anderson had nowhere to go on that. And the bases are going to be loaded for JT Realmuto.
Me? Oh. Didn't move.
First base coach Perry Hill with him there.
Did you see him? He looked at Perry Hill, rolled his eyes, and said, what am I doing? Meaning I should have got out of the way of that.
Well, there are a lot of batting stances, and we've talked about that this year, FP, where guys are just not moving. They can't get out of the way. They're opening up, and sometimes they have nowhere to go. This is a big spot in the ball game right here. Marlins already on top. Their best players in the batter's box with the bases loaded, and Realmuto fouls one off to the right. Fly ball to center first time. That's way inside. Rivera, Dietrich, Anderson. 2 singles and a hit batter. Up the middle. Coming home to score, Rivera. Dietrich behind him. Michael A's throw. It hit the mound and then skidded into Severino, who could only stop it. And it's a 3-0 game.
Yeah, nice piece hit by JT Realmuto. Right back up the middle. Short, compact swing. Not a whole lot to it. So the hit by pitch allowed JT Realmuto to get to the plate and do some damage with 2 outs. Michael A. Taylor came charging hard, made a nice throw, just too late. Derek Dietrich too fast. 3-0 Marlins.
Justin Bour, a base on balls, first time up. Shift on, Murphy into right.
Tell you, when you've lost 18 of 24 and you look up every night and it's 3-0, it's hard playing uphill.
Nowhere for Severino. Pedro got over there in a hurry. So the Marlins in this inning, 3 hits around a hit batter. And he rips one through the shift. Brian Anderson will score. Harper's throw to third. And that's late for getting Rio Muto, and now it's Miami by 4. Derek Lilliquist out of the dugout.
Yeah, line moving here with 2 outs for the Marlins. Single hit by pitch, single, single.
Jeremy Hellerson, you can see the sweat dripping off the bill of his cap.
Davey Martinez saying before the game that the flu's been going around the clubhouse and he was going to see what he could get out of Jeremy Hellickson tonight, that he wasn't feeling great.
And then he said Jeffrey Rodriguez, who was called up today to replace Eric Fetty on the roster, could be into the game at the first sign of trouble. Nothing happening in the bullpen yet. Martin Prado, the hitter, with 2 outs and runners at the corners. He turns on that one. Hits the pole. 3-run homer. It's 7-0. Martin Prado, first homer of the year. 11th career against the Nationals.
Shocked he kept it foul. That pitch was in off the plate. I don't know how he got the barrel to this, kept his hands inside of it to keep it fair. Look where that pitch is. Not only does he keep it fair, he hits it out of here. And just like that, it's 7-0 Marlins.
Cameron Maybin, the 9th man to bat in the inning. After the pitcher, Pablo Lopez popped up a bunt to Rendon. There were 2 outs with a runner at first. 5 consecutive batters now have reached or circled the bases. And that evens, actually gets things ahead 0-2. Change speeds on him, got the strikeout. The Marlins put 6 on the board, lead by 7. Bryce Harper, Matt Adams, Murphy, all lefties coming up. Washington, Harper, Adams, Murphy coming up. And when the Nats win a ball game and score 7 or more, you can get 50% off regular menu price online orders at Papa John's. Just log on and use promo code NATS50. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. So here's Bryce Harper's 100th game against Miami. .297 career batting mark against them. Averaging a homer every 4 games and an RBI. About 7 RBIs about every 10 games he plays against them. Counts even 1-1, bottom of the second underway.
Pretty good numbers, career against the Fish. 100th game tonight against Miami. Look at that. Miami Bryce. He looked like Don Johnson last year in the All-Star game. Remember that? Had the white suit with the pink shirt underneath.
We were all white to Miami earlier this year. Change up, and it's 2-2. And now with 2 strikes, Martin Prado is going to run over to the right side of the infield. Shortstop Yadiel Rivera is going to stay home, and the third baseman puts them into a right side shift. That was close, and it's 3-2. Nissan pitch cast.
Change up in. Was it close? It looked close.
Could have gone either way, and Bryce got the call. Lifting one high in the air, deep out toward the bullpen. And making the one-handed grab, Derek Dietrich. Matt Adams is back, and Dan has more.
Bob, Matt Adams saying the other day before his first game back with the team, this is his first game back in the lineup, that doctors told him a fracture like his in his finger typically takes around 6 weeks to fully heal, but that after 2 weeks it's all about pain tolerance, and that he hasn't really thought about the finger at all when swinging over the last handful of days. He was initially concerned when he didn't square up a ball, maybe got one off the end of the bat, how it would feel, but he says feels fine, so he's excited to be back.
Man, he was trying to bunt a ball when he got hurt. He's just going to promptly step in and drop one to left field. Dietrich overran it, but recovered quickly.
Well, welcome back, Matt Adams. There goes a no-hitter. First at bat, flip one to left. Good at bat by Bryce Harper, by the way. He just missed his 22nd home run. And then Matt Adams going the other way, too. Look at the inside out swing. Nicely placed, little lob wedge to left. First knock of the night for the Nats. Here they come.
So a couple of lefties going the other way. And here's Daniel Murphy. Came in as a pinch hitter. 7th inning yesterday. Got 2 at bats, and his last time up, he lined one cleanly to left. Daniel's hit safely 8 of his last 10 games with 10 base hits. And of course his first home run. So he's at 65 official at bats on the year. Good Miami numbers for him. Nice rip. It's 1-2.
Yeah, nothing overpowering so far from Lopez. Got pretty good sink, but 92 miles an hour. Obviously, he has to keep the ball down. The changeup seems like his best secondary pitch to this point. Still early.
One and two, and Murphy pulls a double play ball to Rojas. Turned by Rivera. 4-6-3. Second inning over. And early, it's all Miami by 7.
before the All-Star break. The Marlins are here through July 8th. The weekend series is highlighted by the Bryce Harper bobblehead giveaway. It's tomorrow, July 6th, so don't miss that and get your tickets today at nationals.com. That bobblehead's presented by SAIC.
To the top of the third, Hellickson faces Rojas, Rivera, and Lopez. Bottom three in the Miami order. And the fastball to the inside edge. A hitter who likes Nationals Park. Came into this game hitting .340 career here. He's aboard to lead off the third.
All right, as you enjoy a Miller Lite tonight, because you probably had 40 of them yesterday, look forward to the Miller Lite Hold True moment later in the game.
It's a busy fourth.
It's a busy fourth.
Here's Yadiel Rivera, whose bouncing ball over the mound got them going last inning. Good looking hook. 0-2. Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
Yeah, watch how Pedro Severino caught. I didn't know if they were going to call us a strike or not. But a good frame at the bottom. Kept it right at the bottom of the zone. Nice job for strike two. Yeah, the Marlins are 31-35 over the last 66 games. They're playing decent baseball. And that's part of having a young, inexperienced team. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
I was told by one of their organization guys today that they are drafting athletes right now. 9 of the 10 players first 10 players they took in the draft were either shortstops, catchers, or center fielders.
Yeah, because everyone knows that pitchers aren't athletes.
And of course the game depends on pitching, but that's what they're going to go with. They want, and I guess Brian Anderson would be their primary example of that right now, a guy who's a good young player who can play a couple different positions. They'll be one of the organizations to watch with a lot of interest over the next couple of years. So many new ideas coming into the game.
That's just the running joke within a clubhouse. That's always said tongue-in-cheek that pitchers aren't athletes. They are. That's all you have to do is look at Max Scherzer to know.
Yeah. Yeah, stand next to Steven Strasburg and say, hey, you don't look athletic. I mean, the man is blessed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jammed him into a double play ball. Murphy. And it just took a little while to develop out there at short. And Rivera gets down the line well. He beat out an infield hit earlier. So maybe against a runner not like this guy, it could have been 2.
Yeah, that high hop at the end where Trey Turner had to take the jab step toward third to get the right hop might have nullified that. I don't know how they're keeping this grass green with all the heat. It should be yellow, right?
Field looks great. Lopez, who popped up a bunt foul, caught by Rendon first time, took a stab at that one. 0 for 3 is a big league hitter. Yeah, it's in there. Strike 2.
Take the bunt off here, up by 7. Nope.
Two down.
That was $44 right there from Toyota dealers in the Washington area. That's so they help children and their family with that donation. So that goes to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season, or families.
Pablo Lopez down on strikes. Top of the order, 3rd inning, 3rd at bat, Derek Dietrich. He has single to right, single to left. Really nice on the off speed. 1-1. Jammed him. Little in between hop, and Matt Adams, seeing that, did a great job of getting his body on that thing. Top of the 3rd over. Bounce back inning for Hellickson. It's Taylor, Severino, and then Jeremy scheduled to hit bottom of the 3rd. Starting shortly. MLB at bat, your #1 Nationals app. Customize your experience, catch every moment. Nationals home screen icons. MLB.tv game of the day, pitch tracking and game highlights, stats and news. Download MLB at bat. Michael A. Taylor at 242. 252 career against Miami. Interesting configuration on the ship. Prado very shallow. Actually on the grass over on the cut there at 3rd base. And then Rivera and Rojas further away than him and covering up the rest of the left side. Fastball in. Two and one.
These are the ones you got to chip away. One here, one there. Get within striking distance and then do something. But how do you do it? Base runners. However, walks, hit by pitch, doesn't matter. Get some guys on there and see what happens. You got a young kid on the mound, his 2nd major league start, still trying to feel his way through. And you'd imagine after getting the win in his debut on the 30th against the Mets that that 7 runs is doing a young pitcher a lot of good, right?
Yeah, Taylor reaching for that one and having to be quick. That's Miguel Rojas, who has played some shortstop. Came over. So 7 batters the minimum so far, thanks to the double play to end the second. Pedro Severino is next. Only 24 pitches, 14 strikes, first 2 innings for Lopez. 1 ball, 1 strike. Skipped in there. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. League leaders, rookies, have now started 40 games out of the Marlins' first 88. Number 2 for this young man. Jeremy Hellickson waiting.
He looks like he doesn't feel good.
And that ball hanging a bit. Severino hit it well, but right at Dietrich. 2 down. Jeremy Hellickson is 1 for 16 this year and a 153 career batter.
My time in Montreal, Mike Lansing was sitting in front of me. He went to the plate and told the umpires and the catcher, I might puke right here. I'm not feeling good. He hit a home run. Came around and I'm walking the box and they both asked me if I was feeling good. I said, I'm fine. I'm about to ground out the short. He almost puked and hit a home run.
0-2. Look out, guys. Got around late. That one took a wicked hop into the Nats dugout. In there with a fastball. 9 batters in 3 innings faced by Pablo Lopez. Middle innings upon us. 7-0 Miami. Wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. And from some of the ramps here at Nationals Park, great view of the Washington Monument, all lit up with fireworks between 9 and 9:30 last night.
Tremendous show, by the way. Tremendous.
It was awesome. So during the Nats' 11-game win streak against the Marlins, they've scored 51 more runs, 50 more extra base, well, total of 50 extra base hits. Really dangerous with runners in scoring position. A lot of homers. As we mentioned, 6 of them in that series earlier this year, and the pitchers have dominated. It's all brought to you by PNC Bank. Make today the day. And a long road back if it is to become 12 in a row. For Miami, Brian Anderson, JT Realmuto, and Justin Bour, top of the 4th. Anderson, ground ball first time, hit by a pitch the second time. Hacking on the big curveball. Anthony Rendon has it. 1 pitch out, top of the 4th. Next up, their catcher, Realmuto, who struck the big blow of the second inning, the 2-run single. And that was 2 hitters before Martin Prado made it a 6-run inning. So Realmuto put him up 3-0. And he's now driven in 40 runs and also has a 12-game hitting streak. Strike 1. Reaches out, hits one to center, and he's 2 for 3.
Yeah, a lot of talk about him being traded, but the asking price has been astronomical according to what you read online, and who knows if that's true. Kyle Barraclough, one of their closer, has been rumored to.
You and I were amazed when we saw his numbers for June. He gave up 1 hit all month in 12 innings.
Right.
And went 7 for 7 in saves.
He's NL reliever of the month, but then he blew his first save the other day. Happens.
Yeah. Calling meetings and receiving awards. Sometimes it's all about timing. Yeah, that's kind of weird. He had such an amazing month. I've never heard of a guy giving up 1 hit in a month. Even even a reliever who only pitches 1 inning at a time.
I've gotten 1 hit in a month.
Justin Bour, he has a hit tonight. He followed Realmuto's 2-run single with 1 of his own. Walked his time before that. That's overloaded on the right side of the infield. Born in Centerville, Virginia, originally a Cub. They drafted him in the 25th round in '09.
Where did he go to college again?
George Mason.
That's right.
And then the Marlins got him in the Rule 5 draft from the Cubs back in '13.
Put on a show in the home run derby last year.
He did.
He was my pick to win it too, by the way.
He hits this one pretty far out to left center. And it's 9-0. Justin Bour's 14th of the year. Marlins has a home run hitting club coming into tonight, fewest in the league.
I'll take half credit for that one. But look at the long stride and the reaching out, going the other way. Jeremy Ellickson knew it. You saw him kind of hold the pose after. Warm night, ball flying, ball hit hard, 9-0.
Here's Martin Prado, hit the 3-run homer off the left field pole. His second time up, reached on the Rendon error first time. 9-9-0 Miami. Oh, 0-2. Bullpen getting busy. Jeffrey Rodriguez, there's his first throw, and Sean Kelly's up.
Gotta say I'm shocked. I mean, I'd be less than honest if I didn't. You know, you play a team like the Red Sox with the best record in baseball, you know, and you're not playing your best and you're not on top of your game, you can get swept. That happens. But tonight, you know, driving to the ballpark, I thought, and I told a lot of people, this is the night they turn it around.
Soto moving toward the line and then pulling up for that one, 2 down.
I mean, I honestly thought that. I told the skipper that. I told a lot of the players that. I told my friends that before the game started. I said, this is the night. This is the night you turn it around. The players only meeting, you're thinking, hey, the Marlins are playing good, but they're your division. You'll be up for this. It's a team you can handle. And Chip Hale's look says it all.
Cameron Maybin, 0 for 2. Robbed of a hit by Rendon first time up and then struck out. And Anthony will spear his line drive. 2 more for the Fish. Real Muto a single, and then Boer goes oppo. It's 9-0. Geico.com. See how much you could save.
Look, Carp.
We got the freeze
I don't know.
in D.C. tonight.
George is getting it. Yeah, George. Do it.
His 14th of the year. He ties Abe for the season lead.
Oh, yeah. Celebrate, George. You celebrate because you blew everyone away. Was that Dan in George's costume? I think it was.
Dan could not touch what we just saw.
Well, he's suspended for life.
Trey Turner deep to right center. See you later. His 10th of the year and RBI number 30. Nationals' second hit.
Well, double digits for Trey. Look at him let that ball get deep, and he knew as soon as he got it up in the air tonight. The ball is flying here, always flies to right center. So Nats on the board. And 9 more of those, and we're talking.
Trey Turner's 35th career home run. Here's Soto.
Great swing. Yeah, I'm not seeing really anything overpowering from Pablo Lopez. Maybe some sink on his fastball, but might look different down there in the batter's box. But just from where we're sitting, the center field camera, it looks like second time around they might have a better idea.
Soto rips one to center, but Maben is there. All right, you want an answer to your question from a couple innings ago?
What was my question? I can't remember 2 things I said ago.
Every player transaction must be entered into the MLB computer system, and there is a clock which enters time transaction is entered. So if Dan Coco and FP Santangelo get called up on the same day, whoever's name is in that MLB computer, there's a time stamp, and one would be the 19,000th player and the other one would be the 19,001st player. So there you have it.
It's good stuff. Except for Dan would have never made out of A-ball.
Well, you know, we let him fantasize a little bit.
Or even got to A-ball. I mean, maybe a clubby.
And of course, every big league ball club that calls somebody up, they have to clear the spot on their roster before that can happen. So there you have it. Anthony Rendon, ground ball to second, first time up, and the count's 0-2. Deep short, backhand Rivera. Time to plant, and he guns it over there. Next up, Bryce Harper. To Hopper, to the charging Rojas. Trey Turner leads off with a long home run right center. That's it for the Nats in the 4th. To the 5th inning we go, and it's 9-1 Miami. A night when the ball's carrying, and Trey with a nice swing got all of that baby.
Health system for the first 200 homers hit by the Nats this year. Lexus experience amazing. Trey Turner with number 10 and getting his team on the board. Remember the game missile command? Does this look like it? I love this shot. So cool. Numbers up in the left-hand corner. Watch the tracer on your screen. That was the 99th home run by the Nats this year.
Almost halfway to the Lexus charity goal. Jeffrey Rodriguez, 24 years of age. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com with our pitching change. He's appeared in 3 games, 2 starts, 13 hits in 14 innings, 12 Ks, 8 walks. Young pitcher searching for command, and we welcome him back to the big leagues today. Taking the roster spot of Eric Fetty, who was put on the DL, and relatively speaking, good news for Eric. No structural damage to the shoulder.
I talked to Derek Lilliquist today. They were watching the velocity on the scoreboard, and they saw it go down to 87. They said, is he throwing changeups? What's going on? They realized it was fastball. That's a good guy to sit next to, by the way, for a young kid. Went out there, talked to him, said his shoulder was tight, and they said, that's it, you're done.
2-0. Comebacker, it hits the side of the mound. Murphy charging. First out, 5th inning.
So we looked at like the last 5 pitches. They were all around 87, and the last one was 81. Now there's 94 early, so we're showing you the first inning, and this one right here, watch this. 88 from 96, 97, and then 81 was the last pitch. They noticed it. Derek Lilliquist grabbed Paul Lassard. They said, let's go out and see if he's okay. Turned out he wasn't. And then Matt Grace came in and did a great job. Can't say enough about what he did, and maybe starting pitcher is in his future somewhere.
He's done it before here and there. Remember, he had a start in San Diego last year, maybe?
Yeah.
Matt Grace, no runs on 1 hit in 4 innings and 4 Ks yesterday, and he also picked off a runner, 6 ground ball outs, 46 pitches, 33 strikes. If he was with the Tampa Bay Rays, that would be a quality start.
Yeah.
And for just about anybody else. 2 balls, 1 strike to Yadiel Rivera. Infield hit up the middle and a ground ball to short last time up. Fastball ripped foul. Feeling really good is what Davey Martinez said about Steven Strasburg, but they're not going to put him on a mound until he's 100%. Possible rehab early next week for Ryan. Possible rehab this weekend for Matt Wieters.
How much are they missing Howie Kendrick, though?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't talk about that enough because, you know, he's out for the season with the Achilles, and it's all about who's playing on that day. But Howie Kendrick was giving the Nets the most consistent at-bats all year.
Yeah, I was about to say, when you think of Howie, what's the word you think of?
Well, I think a professional hitter, it's 2 words. But, yeah, consistent, you're right. Miss Howie.
Pablo Lopez, the hitter. Some high gas. Got some wood on that 0-2 heater. They're underway in Milwaukee, and the Braves have 2 runs early. That's a 4-game series, and I would think Miller Park will be jumping all weekend. 2 good ball clubs. Brewers have the most wins in the National League. That's in there, and the inning's over. Rodriguez, a 1-2-3. Adams, Murphy, Taylor ahead. Bottom 5. Picturesque night.
They're not. Oh, that's the reflection.
At the yard. Martin Prado, 3-run homer off the left field pole, capping a 6-run second for Miami. Justin Bour would homer in the 4th for a 2 more add-on runs to make it 9-0, and then Trey made it 9-1 with a leadoff shot 4th inning. For the youngster Pablo Lopez, 47 pitches, 32 strikes his first 4 innings. He was the last guy to bat. Took a while to get out of the dugout. And a look ahead to the Nats' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Sandy Spring Bank, where they help people and businesses reach their goals every day. Sandy Spring Bank, from here for 150 years. So 3 more against these guys, and then a 3-game series at Pittsburgh. Gio and Dan Straley tomorrow night. Max and Wei-Yin Chen on Saturday. Fox has that one. Tanner Roark and Trevor Richards, a righty, on Sunday. Matt Adams is 2 for 2. What else is new? Guy can flat out hit.
Yeah, right off the DL and throwing line drives out there like he didn't miss a beat. So flipped one into left his first time, and this time hard back up the middle. So 2 hits for the Nats. 2 hits for Matt Adams for the Nats and a home run, so 3 hits total.
Yeah, batting average up to 284, jumping up 9 points in an hour and almost a half. So here's Daniel Murphy. Hit the ball sharply first time, but right at Miguel Rojas for a 4.63. Great take, 3-0.
Need lots of base runners. Used to have a coach, Sonny Jackson, with the Giants, that when we were behind by a lot, would come in the dugout and say, "Come on, need base runners," and we'd look at him like, "Really? Thanks." "Come on, let's go. We need base runners." "Really? We're down by 7.
Well, there's 2 runners.
Need base runners.
First walk issued by Lopez, who had 5 strikeouts and 1 walk. 6 innings in his big league debut against the Mets.
Kind of saying it just like he did too. High-pitched voice. Say it every inning. And we just eye roll him.
Michael A. Taylor, bouncer up the middle first time. To the second baseman, about where Rojas is positioned now on the shift. So even with 2 men on, Marlin shifting to the left side.
If Michael A. gets on, I'm saying it again. Real obnoxiously. I'm going to keep doing it. Turn your headphones down.
Ooh, right into the face mask of John Tumpain.
Direct hit. Right on the button. How old's John Tumpain? He looks like he's 21.
9th year in the league.
Not the best color man for nothing, Carp. Ooh, direct hit. I hope he's okay. Those are the kind that give you a concussion. Did you see his hat move underneath the mask?
Yeah, I've marveled at in the past how umpires can be strong enough to take direct hits like that. Straight back from Michael A. Taylor.
say it might be just the opposite in the air if you had the same thing. I feel like most of his fly balls go to center and right. Most of his ground balls are on the left side. That's why you see the Marlins playing a shift with 3 guys on the left side, but the outfield shaded the other way.
Mm-hmm. One and two. .360 plus for the last month from Michael A. That got him in the foot. Justin Miller. Yeah, Rodriguez has only thrown 1 inning. But if the Nats get this down to the number 9 spot, it means they're having a good offensive inning. And the bench is full of eager hitters right now to come in and pinch hit.
Good try. Nice catch. He caught it and then re-caught it. Nice play.
Mercedes-Benz tracking 7 pitches. Lopez up to 60. Nobody out in the 5th.
Michael A's swinging. He's in that mode right now.
Up the middle, what an at-bat. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. Michael A. Taylor gashing one up the middle. Severino is next, and then the pitcher spot.
Need base runners. What an at-bat by Michael A. Finally got one right down the middle. Look at him stay through it with some serious extension. Back up the middle, low line drive. I love to see low line drives. They're fun to watch. They're entertaining for the whole family, and 9-pitch singles are entertaining for Michael A. Taylor. Nice job.
One of his better at-bats of the year. Severino hit the ball on the button first time, lined out to left. Jeffrey Rodriguez is on deck. Adam Eaton went down the stairs. He has a helmet on.
Pedro hit the ball hard his first time up to left. Keep the line moving. Solid at bats. Don't try to do it all at once. Good inning work in here, building some offense. Single, walk, single. Just have a solid at bat.
Couple of pitches inside, couple of fouls.
Well, talking to the skipper before the game, he said we need to have better at-bats with runners in scoring position. Because I want our guys to just start bearing down, not trying too hard, and getting some big hits. I mean, he's swinging. He's not letting JT Realmuto play right now.
Pounding him inside. Trying to get a ground ball to the left side, perhaps, and he's fouled all 4.
Doesn't mean he's not going to end the at-bat with a hit, but he is in the swing mode too right now, trying to make something happen.
One out. Second strikeout for Pablo Lopez.
See, that's, and we've talked about this a lot over the years, when you're a more experienced player, you realize the pressure's on Pablo Lopez there. He's in the 5th inning. He's trying to qualify for a win. He's given up a hit, a walk, and a hit. Pressure's on him right there. And when you're having a rough season, you feel like the pressure's always on you when you're in the batter's box. Been there.
So Adam Eaton gets the call here. Two for 5 with an RBI as a pinch hitter. Changeup had him out ahead, 1-1.
It's number 70 coming for Pablo Lopez.
Yeah, just about a 24 pitch frame here already. Two and one.
Nats need a big hit. Simple as that.
Way inside. You're down by 8. Bases loaded, 1 out. Is this as sure as you'll ever be that you're getting a fastball?
Yeah, I mean, all in on a heater, but in one spot, Carp. Not just the pitch,
Right.
pitch and the location. You're looking middle in, wherever he's looking. I mean, keyhole. And something you can drive.
It's outside, and it's 9-2.
But do you see the difference in a younger player versus a veteran player in the same situation in the 2 at-bats?
Yep.
Adam Eaton knew that Pablo Lopez was on the ropes. He was looking for one pitch. Pedro Severino was trying to make up for a slow start all in one at-bat. He was way too aggressive.
Trey Turner homered last time up. 5th innings for young pitchers trying to qualify for a win with a lead can be tricky things. He's only retired 1 out of 5 batters here. Tough call, tough pitch.
Pretty good numbers with the bases loaded. Does not have a career grand slam.
1-1.
Pretty good changeup by Lopez. Looked like a fastball all the way and just dropped underneath Trey Turner's hands. That's why I think the changeup in is a good pitch. As a hitter, you think, oh my gosh, that's a heater, and you swing and it ain't there. Best pitch of the night from Lopez.
1-2 to Trey, and he fouls it.
Look at that.
95 miles an hour or harder. Trey Turner and the Marlins' Brian Anderson 2-3 in the league behind the unbelievable season Nick Markakis is having. 1-2 again with one out here. To the right side. They're going to try to turn two. No relay. A run scores. It's 9-3. Probably a good decision. Way ahead still by Yadiel Rivera. If he throws one away, things get interesting in a hurry.
Well, he had no chance, so he just ate it. Good swing, hit it hard. That's putting together some at-bats here in the fifth. I like it.
Trey Turner, 2 RBI night. He has 31. Soto grounded to first, fly ball to center. He drills one to center. Maben can't get it. 2 runs are going to score. Turner screaming around third to home. And it's 9-5.
Game on.
5th inning, not over yet.
I was thinking 9-6 when he stepped in the box. The Nats will take 9-5, and the 19-year-old scolds this ball. And you're thinking right here, stay up, stay up. It's the base of the fence. You know Trey Turner's going to score, so great at-bats put together. This is how you build an inning. If it's not going to be me, the guy behind me, and look at Juan Soto fired up. The 19-year-old comes through again. 10th double of the year.
RBI total up to 23. Anthony Rendon, 8th Nat to bat in this inning. So he sees Lopez for the 3rd time. Their bullpen busy with Adam Conley, a lefty. And you know who he's in to face if the inning continues. Front door on the breaking ball for a strike. On 1-1, a big rip. Dan, a little noise from the dugout lately?
Yeah, Bob, nothing but positivity down here in the Nationals dugout this entire half inning as the line has been moving. Guys encouraging each other verbally, a lot of high fives, a lot of smiles. Even with a big deficit, these guys are feeling a little something here, and they're trying to stay positive and upbeat.
Yeah, they've knocked down half of it in this inning. Young pitcher, 1 hit away from being knocked out, you would think. And a 1-2 to Rendon. It's now a 35-pitch inning for Pablo Lopez. 47 his first 4 frames. Swing and a miss. Nats get 4 back. And a big frame maybe sets up good things for the rest of the evening. Nine-5. Soto brings in 2. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. And Justin Miller, who had to come in the 9th inning to end a Red Sox rally, threw only 2 pitches to get the out, so should be in pretty good shape for this one.
Yeah, fastball,
Pardon
slider.
me, it's Sean Kelly. I'm sorry, Justin Miller had been warming up.
Yeah, Sean Kelly, fastball, slider, fastball low to mid-90s. Yeah, he's been good. Look at the numbers. 27th appearance, 24 strikeouts, 5 walks.
Dietrich, Anderson, Rio Muto, top of the order for the Marlins, top of the 6th. Sean Kelly, a clean 8th inning yesterday, 12 pitches, a strikeout, and a 1-2-3 against Boston. Got that breaking ball right in on the hands of Derek Dietrich. So Dietrich scored a couple of runs, 2 singles. Real Muto, 2 hits. Same for Bohr. Prado, the 3-run homer. They're probably as nervous as they can be right now in the 6th inning of a game when they have 9 runs on 9 hits.
Well, they're in their dugout chirping. Come on, let's add on, boys. We need some more. And you know, Nats dugouts, hold them right there. We got this. So Don Manley trying to ask for more. Tough ask once you got 9, but the Nats have all the momentum.
Good fastball. Nissan on the pitch cast.
And you talk about shutdown innings all the time, and maybe we throw it around too loosely, but when you jump back into a game that you're down 9-0, it's 9-5, it's so important for Sean Kelly right now to put it on his back and say, I got this, I'm getting us right back in there, and we're going to keep hammering away at this thing.
Anderson against Kelly for the first time. And a ball hit hard to the gap. Harper, first man to the scoreboard. And Brian Anderson has his first base hit. 22nd double.
I mean, not identical, but you can see the resemblance, right? The swing and Zimmerman, right center, kind of the body frame, the leg kick. You know, if it 10's a perfect twin, I'd say that's a 5 out of 10. There's some similarities between the two players, I think.
Real Muto 2 for 3, 2-run single back in the second. One one. And Real Muto will wear one. He's on for the third time, 2 on, 1 out. Got to have the shutdown inning here. Next up, Justin Bour.
I mean, you've had the first thing to feel good about in a long time as a ball club. A 4-run frame, you know, maybe since the Philadelphia game when they won 17-7. So it's so important not to let anybody in the dugout or on defense think, uh-oh, here we go again. Right back in the dugout and start hacking away again.
Fastball up to Justin Bour. Inside edge, 1-1.
Change the signs or talk it over here, what they want to do. Usually when you change signs, you call the middle infielders in too, because they want to know what the signs are. So that was just maybe a game plan deal. Nats have 5 mound visits left, in case you're wondering. 4. Just changed.
Good off speed. 2-2 on the slider.
You want to throw the 2-1 slider? Yeah, let's do it. Perfect. Is it Sandy Leon that fouled one out of here the other night?
90-degree angle to the right over the light tower.
Into a beer at Salt Line. It's about the right angle. Not that I'd know.
Swing and a miss on a pitch up, 2 down.
Two-one slider, good. First strike was a fastball in, and I think Justin Bohr was swinging to where he thought that slider was going to end up. It stayed up and worked out nice for Sean Kelly. He's going to go look at it on video right now. That's what today's hitters do. They have their at-bat, they go down and look at video. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Martin Prado, 1 for 3. 3-run homer. He's pulled it 3 times. 1 to Rendon for an error and a fly ball to left after the home run.
My swing was so ugly, I not only didn't want to watch it on video, I was hoping the game wasn't on TV. Like, who wants to see that again? It's a horror show.
Look any better in French?
No.
Okay.
No exchange rate. It was just gross. I didn't want to watch that.
Top of the 6th, 9-5 Miami.
What I think they look at mostly, Carp, is balls and strikes. They want to go down and validate what they thought their eyes told them with the strike zone. And if they miss a pitch they should have hit, maybe they're trying to look for something when they started their swing if they were too late, getting their foot down, being on time. But I think in game you can get so deep into your head if you watch too much video.
Pop up right side. Adams next to Murphy. Fair ball and a good job by Sean Kelly of battling out after 2 on 1 out. Bryce Harper, Matt Adams, Daniel Murphy. Momentum on the Nats side. Nice going, Mom. Keeping everybody cool. Let's hope the Nats can stay hot. Scored 4 runs on 3 hits last inning. And if you'd like to join us for next year, make your Nats Plus initial payment right now. You'll receive exclusive Nats Plus membership benefits like access to potential postseason games this year and next year. For a limited time, you can have access to the All-Star Game as well. Visit nationals.com/2019. So they got 5 innings out of their rookie. And this will be veteran Adam Conley coming on. Perfect time for them for a left-handed pitcher with Harper, Adams, and Murphy, the do-ups here.
Almost like Don Mattingly planned it, Carp. Weird. Fastball, slider, change for Conley. Fastball averages 95, and sometimes a lefty's the best thing for you. If you're pulling the ball too much, you stay on them, you go the other way. I talk about it all the time. Adam LaRoche used to love left-handers. It locked them in.
Nationals box score, 1 hit through 3 innings, and Adams was erased on a double play. Turner hit the homer to lead off the 4th, and then Matt Adams, serving as a good leadoff guy, got the initial knock leading to that 4-run 5th. Bryce Harper and Adam Conley. The matchup is a good one for Bryce. 4 for 10, 3 walks, 4 RBIs.
There's a lot of herk and a lot of jerk in that delivery. Check this out. I would think, being that tall with that much going on, that's a hard delivery to repeat.
Conley 6'3", 200. 1-1. Bryce made an offer on the appeal, and Jim Reynolds says he went.
That was a late appeal and a late call. Usually you have to pop it down there quick. They waited a long time. Did he go?
Not close.
Didn't look like it.
Not close. Now they move into the shift with Prado going out towards second. 97 from Adam Conley, missed away. He's made 56 starts in his big league career, working out of the bullpen now. And Bryce Harper walks for the 69th time this year.
Good at bat. Ball 5. Everything in the same spot, right? Check out pitch cast. Down and away, 6 pitches. Line moves to Matt Adams. Nat's putting some good at bats on the Marlins here. Need base runners.
Adams 2 for 2. 0 for 1 career against Conley. Now he's 3 for 3 tonight, and Harper's heading for third. They're going to hit the cutoff man, and it's second and third, nobody out, and an amazing return for Matt Adams tonight.
Big city, do it. Bryce just said, I missed you so much. I think that's what he told him when he got to second. I know we did. Big city coming through big time tonight. So first game off the DL, base hit, double. 3 for 3 for Matt Adams. Oh, how they missed that bat in the lineup. Stay hot, Matt. Need base runners.
So Matt Adams loves home cooking here, just under 340. And Daniel Murphy has loved his matchups against Adam Conley. Career 5 for 8. A homer, 5 RBIs. Right past Daniel's front sleeve for ball 1.
Good numbers.
By the way, the Brewers have picked up 3. They lead Atlanta 4-2. Third inning in Milwaukee. Murphy to left. Good wood on it. Dietrich back. Harper scoring easily from third, and Matt Adams gets to third. It's now 9-6. And a very productive out.
Good base run and Matt Adams. Nice at bat, Daniel Murphy. Very rarely do you see a hitter go to left field and move a runner, but give Matt Adams a lot of credit. Daniel Murphy hit it far. The dugout's jumping, and the boys are in this one, folks. Watch the big guy rolling to third. So now you got a chance with a fly ball to make this a 2-run game. Boys are fighting.
Michael A. Taylor, ball 1. Taylor 2 for 9 against Conley. That's 3 great left-handed bats in a row.
Get you a good one, give it a ride.
Base hit up the middle last time after fouling off a bunch. Three and 0.
I say green light, why not?
Now the tying run will be in the batter's box. Pedro Severino being called back in the 6th inning here. Mark Reynolds 1 for 5 career against Conley.
I think that last at bat might have made Dave Martinez do this. I don't think he's necessarily looking for a 3-run homer here, although he'd take it. He's just looking for a solid at bat. And he knows he's got some momentum here, and he's trying to capitalize, trying to strike it while it's hot.
Spencer Kieboom was ailing yesterday, but he'll be okay to come in and catch tonight after the dust clears on this situation. Wilmer Defoe on deck. So it's 1st and 3rd, 1 out in a 9-6 game. There he is. And by the time Kieboom comes in, Davey will have fired all of his bullets except one.
What you got to do when you're behind, fire your bullets.
Down goes Reynolds on a pitch way up and in.
Well, that'll wake you up if you weren't awake already coming into a game. First pitch fastball, little chin music. Close shave here for Mark Reynolds. Look out. Low bridged him. Not a lot of time to get out of the way.
Huh. Then a changeup misses. 2 walks in the inning already.
Eleven balls, 5 strikes. Now you're loose.
So in the last 2 innings, the Nats have had 9 out of 13 batters on base. Reynolds takes it away, and another walk would load him up. That's Drew Rucinski. They have a 9-man bullpen with 7 right-handers and only 3 men on the bench. 3-2 to Reynolds. Bases are loaded. 3 walks in the inning.
Hey, you see what I'm talking about? The quality at bats back to back. How you build an inning offensively, putting pressure on a pitcher. He knows they're not swinging at balls. They're swinging at strikes. They're putting together good at-bats. Pressure's on Adam Conley right now for the way the approach has been from the offense. And now Wilmer Defoe Same way, have a good at-bat. Doesn't have to be a grand slam, just have a good at-bat right here and keep the line moving.
Wilmer hitting over 320 at Nationals Park, and he'll take the fastball up.
One pitch, one spot, that's it.
Adams doubled, Taylor and Reynolds walked.
Shorten up and go to right. Good numbers.
Two and two. Did he go? He's going to be punched out by Mike DeMuro at first. And Wilmer Defoe is out on strikes for the second out.
Remember, he had two go against him yesterday, a check swing and a called third strike. So let's check out the check swing again together. See if Trey Turner can pick up Wilmer Defoe. He's upset, obviously.
Trying to get his first career hit against Conley.
It's time for a forward drive of the game. Go back to the fourth inning. Trey Turner went deep, his 10th of the year. Where do you look at Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs? So double-digit home runs, hitting around 280, 22 stolen bases. Is he an all-star?
1-1. Trey Turner has 95 hits now. He's in the top 7 in the league in that department. In there, 1-2.
Change up. First pitch change up. That was a change up.
Well hit to left. It's in the air and see you later. First career grand slam. And look who's on top, 10-9.
Unbelievable. Down 9-0. It's 10-9 Nats. That's digging deep, folks. Wow. And I think he just answered the question, is he an all-star? Second home run of the night. What a comeback, down 9-0. Unbelievable. I'll say it again.
0-1 to Soto. Didn't know how big his 2 runs driven in would be last inning, setting the stage for a 5-run 6th. 8th man to face Adam Conley here. Three walks with a big lead and a couple of big swings. Put the Nats on top here. No swing.
Well, we said before the game started, this thing could go either way right now. You know, they could dig down deep, turn this around, or it could go south in a hurry. And I think they showed all of us what they're about right now. It's not that easy. I don't care who you're playing. I don't care if you're playing softball. It's hard to come back from 9-0. And here's Trey Turner's second home run of the game. His 11th of the year and a grand slam that lit up everybody in this ballpark, including the broadcast booth. Unbelievable. Look at the bench.
Soto's aboard. 4 walks in the inning. Anthony Rendon, the hitter. Drew Rucinski's been ready for a while, and Don Mattingly is making a very slow walk to the mound. Adam Conley faces 8 batters. He retires 2 of them. He walks 4. And it took a double and a bases loaded homer to give the Nats one of their best innings of the year.
Understandably, after Trey Turner's second home run of the game, a grand slam on a 1-2 pitch. So the 2-strike homer, check it out on StatCast. That's a tracer that every Nats fan loves to see. And we're sitting up here going, is it going to stay up? Is it going to stay up? It did. And look at the reaction from the first base dugout. And there's not many people here tonight, but it was one of the loudest moments of the year and a legit goosebump moment in this season. And now you got to make it stick, right? You have to.
9th man to bat in the inning will be Anthony Rendon. This is 29-year-old Drew Rucinski. Previous big league time with the Angels and Minnesota. 12th appearance with the Marlins here. Only Nat who's ever faced him, Howie Kendrick. Anthony Rendon 0 for 3 tonight. Wants to get in on all this fun.
Yeah, fastball, slider, cutter split for Rucinski. Oh.
Down he goes.
Down goes Rucinski. Caught a cleat. Oh, he slipped. Ooh. Oh, that did not look good.
Wow, he almost did the splits there.
Glad he's okay. Looked like a hyperextended knee.
Rendon cranks one to center. Maybin back. He's going to grab it 390 feet away. What an inning for the Nats. 2 hits, 4 walks. Trey Turner's first career grand slam. It's going to hit the back of the bullpen bench beyond the wall and left. Murph likes it. The dugout exploded. So did the ballpark. And the Nats lead 10-9. 10 unanswered runs.
All military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
So Trey Turner electrifies DC Southeast here. Southeast DC, whichever way you want to put it. He hit it to the northwest. And the Nats able to take the lead here. And now it's up to Brandon Kintzler, and the bullpen's all set up with a 1-run lead, 3 innings to go. A situation Davey Martinez has not enjoyed a whole lot lately, but trying to get it done tonight. Kintzler first in line.
Yeah, how about Brandon warming up for this one? He's thinking I'm going to have to hold the deficit. Now he's kind of changing gears to I got to hold the lead. So give Sean Kelly a lot of credit. We talked about the shutdown inning. You have momentum, getting your team right back in the dugout. Go to Hacken again, and he did a nice job.
Kintzler to Maybin. Strike 1. Cameron Maybin 3 for 7 against Brandon. Spencer Keyboom behind the plate now. He's batting 8th. Great sink on that. Hard to catch, impossible to hit.
Yeah, you talk about all these guys, Carp, that have been closers. Brandon Kintzler, Kelvin Herrera, Ryan Madsen, of course Sean Doolittle. It's a different deal when they have the lead. It is. I mean, talk to them all, they'll tell you. It's the adrenaline and the responsibility they want when they get to the mound and that they're used to. And when you're scuffling as a team and there isn't those opportunities, it's just a different feel. Yeah, you're a pro and you go out there and you try to put zeros up every single time regardless of the situation. But now, especially after what we talked about all day, the meeting yesterday, coming back, this is even more important to these guys.
1-2. Nasty slider moving away.
You can just tell by the look. I mean, a couple of nasty sinkers, a slider the other way. You see the shoulder come out, the hips come out. He was thinking two-seamer under my hands. He went slider the other side. Nicely done.
Miguel Rojas, 0 for 2 against Brandon. Turner. 2 now.
All right, tomorrow, here it is. First 25,000 fans, you get a Bryce Harper patriotic bobblehead that's presented by SAIC. Probably the hottest giveaway of the summer. Visit nationals.com for tickets today. Yeah, there's no Jason Worth Gnomes this year, so this is the big one. Or the Jason Worth Chia Pet, which I had no chance at.
Here's Rivera, 1 for 3. And with some good run back on that, Kinsler ahead. Yadiel Rivera, 1 plate appearance against Brandon earlier this year, a base on balls. And if Starlin Castro gets any closer to the batter's box, they could charge him with an at-bat. He's on the grass and actually moved back a few feet since the last pitch was delivered. As mentioned earlier, the Marlins have a very short bench. Hot shot. Ah, Matt Adams. What kind of a night is he having? 3 for 3, and he just picked off at a potential base hit. Time to stretch. Bryce Harper's going to lead off again. That's a sign things went pretty well last time around. Presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Dylan Peters ready. Bryce Harper ready. Bottom of the 7th underway. Dylan Peters, 25 years of age, former Texas Longhorn. Marlins got him in the 10th round in 14 after he didn't sign with Cleveland out of high school 3 years before that.
All right, Peters. Fastball, curveball change. Fastball 91. I think you just saw the curve to Bryce. Changes for the Marlins.
Starlin Castro will lead off in the 8th, batting 9th at 2nd. Miguel Rojas has moved to short. Swing and a miss. First out, bottom 7. Ryan Madsen was up, and now it's Kelvin Herrera for the 8th inning. And of course, Ryan Madsen had a long 7th inning yesterday. A couple of runs, 1 earned on 2 hits, and he threw 25 pitches. And then Herrera had an even longer 2/3 of an inning in the 9th when he threw 30 pitches. So we'll get to see the difference in assignment for him as well in a game like this.
How about his night? 3 for 3, double, couple of singles, 2 runs. Nifty plays at first.
Big hook. Adams sees Peters for the first time. So Matt Adams from 275 to 288 with a 3-hit night. He's a career 271 hitter going into this year. And he'll just spit on that fastball down and in 2-2.
All the fellows have T-shirts that say "Big City doing big city things," and that's Matt's nickname, Big City. They're all wearing it around the clubhouse during batting practice, and then real little it says Matt Adams underneath it.
Why wouldn't they call a guy from Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania, Big City? And now he's 4 for 4. Play right in front of him. He'll stop. So Matt Adams is now batting over 290.
Big City doing big city things. 4 for 4 off the DL. Come on, it's not that easy, Matt Adams. You missed a bunch of time. You come back, and we watched him hit in Philadelphia. He put on a display in BP. I talked to him. He said, "I'm close." 1 rehab assignment in Harrisburg, and he said, "See ya. I am ready for the big leagues."
Daniel Murphy, first time against Peters. Daniel walked as part of that 4-run 5th inning, and then he hit the sac fly that drove in the first run of the 5-run 6th. He's going to jack one to right, but Anderson over to grab it for the 2nd out.
Good swing. I mean, Carp, down 9-0 as a big leaguer is tough enough if you're playing well. But when you've lost 5 in a row, 18 of 24, things aren't going your way, and you're down 9-0, it's even bigger to be able to pick yourself up. I mean, we're going good, 9-0. Sometimes every once in a while you say, "Yeah, let's do this," and you're free and easy. You've won 7 out of 8. You're in first place. We've seen this before from this team, but not under these circumstances.
Yeah.
I think this is a total different animal. When you're talking about losing 5 in a row, you're scuffling big time, you're down 9-0, and you find the way. I don't care who it's against.
That ball's well hit by Michael A. Taylor. He's on for the 3rd time in a row with 2 hits and a walk. 1st and 2nd. And we'll get our first at bat tonight for Spencer Kieboom. Hits just keep on coming. So that's 7 hits in the last 3 innings. And when you couple that with the Marlins giving the Nats 6 bases on balls, they have taken advantage for sure. Kieboom's 18th big league game. He's 9 for 42. Couple of doubles, 3 RBIs. On the inside edge. Looked like a good fastball with a little cut on it. Well, there's the rest of the bench on deck.
And Dan's head.
Two and 1. Two balls, 1 strike. Kieboom rams one to right center. And the Nats will be up 11-9. Adams home. Spencer Kieboom. 4th major league RBI.
Huge add-on right there. Huge. He got himself into a good count, was patient, got the 2-1, didn't try to do too much, got a fastball right down the middle. And like all good hitters that drive in runs, he uses the big part of the park. So a clutch knock for Spencer Kieboom. Great at bat. And Matt Adams going to need a day off after today. He is going to be gassed in the clubhouse after this one.
Just scored his 3rd run of the night. Now Brian Goodwin, whose bat has come alive over the last 5 days or so.
That's a big knock.
$11 runs on 10 hits. Miami has 9 runs on 10 hits.
Told Brian today on the bench before the ball game, I said, do you know how hard it is to get locked in with 1 at-bat a day? And he said, I know, FP. And I said, I don't think baseball people realize how hard it is to get rhythm, get a swing, and put good at-bats together 1 at a time and not really have too many starts to do it with. I think he's been doing a great job. It's a thankless job, Carp, and it's hard for a young player to wrap your head around 1 at-bat a day, and he has really done a nice job lately with that.
Well, 2 of his 3 homers in the last week. Number 7 standing down there on deck wondering if he'll bat with the bases loaded again. It's 3-0. And yes, he will.
Another good at bat by Brian Goodwin. Not quite as good as this one. It's time for your Miller moment. We promised you it early in the ball game, and maybe the moment of the year, dare I say, when you talk about the big picture and what has transpired recently, what happened yesterday after the game, how this one started, and that swing right there. Definitely the Miller Lite moment of the year. Trey Turner with his 2nd home run. Total package, it's by far the biggest hit of the year, by far.
Just throwing this out there, and I'm sure it's happened several times. Grand slams in consecutive at-bats. The only one I can think of is one I got to see, Fernando Tatis of St. Louis at Dodger Stadium in the same inning. And here comes Trey Turner 1 inning later. He has 6 RBIs tonight. His career high is 7 when he hit for the cycle in Colorado. So a lot of folks are standing, bases loaded, 2 outs, a run in, and the Nats lead by 2. You talk about a house money at bat. How about a base hit to go along with it? The Nats will lead 13-9. And Trey Turner has 8 RBIs.
Have a night, Trey. We're just gonna watch you. Michael A. Taylor almost killed Spencer Keyboom right here. Watch this. He's getting the bat and they almost crashed. Somewhere Darren Baker's laughing. There was no JT Snow to save Michael A. Taylor right there.
The Nats sent 8 men to the plate in the 5th, 9 men to the plate in the 6th, and this will be the 8th Soto here in the 7th. Unbelievable explosion.
Are they checking to see if Taylor touched Keyboom? What are they doing here?
Tim Wallach alongside, a great expo.
I'll tell you what, tonight is making me think of, we'll watch this again real quick. Watch out, Darren Baker.
It looked like they definitely made contact. I don't think that's considered helping a runner. On the edge, strike 1.
Tonight he's making me think of Dan Uggla, and I think you know why. Remember when he made the shirts that said man up, so to speak? I can't say it on TV. This is a big time man up here tonight by the Nats. Big time.
Nats were down 8 in that infamous game in Atlanta when they came back to win. They were down 9 tonight, and here comes another run. Goodwin driven in by Soto. He has 3 RBIs, and it's 14-9.
Well, maybe my feeling was right before the game tonight about this being the night it turns around. Didn't look like it early, did it? Unbelievable comeback here tonight.
Nats had never come from behind 9. So here's at bat number 5 for Anthony Rendon. He's been carrying the ball club lately, and he doesn't want to hear about an 0 for 5 in the clubhouse tonight.
Just wants to win.
So Anthony Rendon's 10 RBI game against the Mets last year, the only one with more than what Trey Turner has done here tonight. Josh Willingham, you might remember, hit 2 grand slams years ago at Miller Park. He had 8 that night. Rendon sharply up the middle, and from Rojas to Castro. Another big inning for the Nats. 4 more to lead 14-9.
What a return for Matt Adams tonight. I could watch this all night long. I know Nats fans at home are digging this. So Big City missing some time, and he just comes off the DL blazing here tonight with a 4-for-4 night. Some good plays at first base. Dirty uni. Started by flipping one into left the first time up for the there goes the no-hitter. So the 100% fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Visit getfios.com. You go, Matt Adams. Out since June 15th, like he didn't miss a day.
Well, I've tried to get Justin Miller in the game earlier, but he is here now. And the Nats right-hander here in the eighth. So the scenario changes with a 5-run lead, of course. And for Miller, 18th appearance. Those strikeout numbers still impressive. 34 Ks in just under 23 innings. First up, Starlin Castro.
Yeah, fastball 70% of the time for Justin at 94.
Castro for one career against him with a strikeout. Two and one. And that's ball 3 on the heater up and in.
Hey, we saw Ryan Madsen up, and you were thinking he was going to have the 8th, and he sat down. Then Kelvin Herrera was up, and you're thinking he's going to have the 8th, and then that's tacked on 4 more runs, and then Justin Miller popped up, and now he's in the game.
Threw him a strike, and that's well hit to right. Bryce Harper racing to the scoreboard, and it kind of twists away from him. 2-bagger for Castro to lead off the 8th.
It looked like it tailed back, and he overran it.
Top of the order for the Marlins. Derek Dietrich 2 for 4. Way high, way foul, and
Yeah, this is one you cannot mess around with at all.
on the foul tip. Strike 2. 1-2. Brian Anderson on deck. Real Muto if it gets that far. Ball 2.
Going to the phone. It's blinking down there. You'd think it would be Herrera that's going to jump up.
Way up and away. That was ball 3. That would be a way to speed up the game, but not yet.
Good hitter, bad math.
Miller got in on his hands and not able to be fair that one. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And as we look at older brother, look what younger brother is doing. He's just tearing it up, hitting over 380 at Double-A now. And Carter Kieboom has a 9-game hitting streak. Last year's #1 draft pick, the young shortstop. Boy, high A to Double-A. No transition at all for him.
Yeah, 383 in 15 games at Harrisburg.
Wow. 3-2 pitch to Dietrich again.
I mean, based on trotting to first on ball 3, he should be jogging around the bases right now.
So pitch number 10 coming. Two on, nobody out.
Yeah, you got to treat this one like game 7. Sorry, you're down 9-0. You battle back and fight back into this one and get a 14-9 lead. This is game 7. Sorry. And Justin Miller's been asked a lot of lately, and tonight just didn't have it. That's baseball.
Kelvin Herrera was warm. Didn't take much for him to refire. He'll be straight in. 10-3 career with an ERA of 1.85 against the Marlins. The guy from Hialeah has dominated. Dan Straley is 3 for 4, and he's been 3 and 4. He's been struggling a bit. 1 win his last 8 times out. 6:30 for your Friday night here at the Yard for the Nats and the Marlins game 2. Kelvin Herrera. So his overall stats on the year. This will be his 8th appearance with the Nats. 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks in 6 2/3 so far. First matchup with Brian Anderson and JT Realmuto, who's after him. 2 on, nobody out in a 5-run game.
There's the slider, 81. He throws it 21% of the time. Fastball, 96. He'll throw the changeup 15% of the time at 88.
And that ball is hit a long way to left center. It's not a 5-run game anymore. 14-12.
Sixth home run of the year. So a double, a walk, and a homer. And hold on, this one ain't over. Those add-on runs turning out to be huge for the Nats in the 7th. And Kelvin Herrera, who threw 30 pitches yesterday, was up, down, up in the game now. Gives up a home run.
Realmuto and Bohr the next 2. Nobody out here in the 8th. .26 runs on 24 hits. Fastball away, ball 1.
Well, the 1-run lead looked good an inning ago. So you got a 2-run lead now with nobody on in the 8th, which is better than the 1-run lead was when it was 10-9. So that's how you got to look at it.
Big picture. 1 pitch at a time.
Yeah, just keep dropping cliches because I'm nervous.
Rendon. 1 out in the 8th. Justin Bohr is next. This Saturday, Art in the Park night, Northwest Federal Field at Fitzner Stadium, Woodbridge, Virginia, Prince William County. First 1,250 fans receive an Uncle Slam paint your own bobblehead presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union. Peanuts will also wear custom Art in the Park themed jerseys.
Players are probably fired up about that.
Justin Bohr, 2 for 3. Single homer, 3 RBIs and a walk.
Do they get to paint their own jerseys? That'd be fun.
I don't know.
Just give me a white jersey and let me paint it and then wear it out there.
There's paint inside edge, 0-2.
There you go.
Swing and a miss on a pitch diving away. And 2 outs here in the 8th. Martin Prado is next.
What a change up there. 87 ran it away. Good pitch. 2 outs.
Sean Doolittle itching to get some work. Did not appear in the Boston series. Didn't appear in the Phillies series until extra innings required him to do so on Sunday.
Came in, got a ground ball double play, which is exactly what you think about when you think of Sean Doolittle.
Yeah. Well, the hitter gave up on that one, and then Prado watched it as it came right through the front door. Nasty.
Nasty pitch right here. Watch it again. Little backup slider that was framed nicely by Spencer Kieboom.
Prado 0 for 2 career against Herrera. Swing and a miss. So Kelvin gave up the homer. Bryce Harper is going to lead off for the 3rd consecutive inning as we go bottom 8, 14-12. Brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com. The beauty that is the bridge over the Anacostia.
That's the best that river's ever looked with that reflection.
Bottom 8, Harper, Adams, Murphy still out there. Left-hander Dylan Peters. Bryce 0 for 3 with a walk and a run. Peters struck him out leading off last inning. So he gets a 2nd inning of work after giving up 4 runs on 5 hits. Ball 2.
Check out the numbers, the 5th, 6th, and the 7th. What's the 454 area code? You know, I'm looking it up. I'm not finding it.
It's pretty new if there is one.
Yeah.
2-1 and a swing and a miss on a curveball. Milwaukee still handling the Braves. 7th inning at Miller Park. 4-2 Brew Crew. Harper walks 2nd time tonight and 70 times on the year.
Speaking of the Braves, the Nats push for the postseason heats up just after the All-Star break. Bravo's in town July 20th through the 22nd. Now's your chance to get here, be loud, wear red, scream your head off. Go to nationals.com/tickets for details.
Well, Matt Adams, what do you have for us 5th time around? Singled off this lefty last time up. We were kind of thinking about combined runs record in this ballpark. Well, tonight doesn't make it yet. Last year, the Nats beat the Mets 23-8 here in that crazy Rendon game. 28 combined runs, tonight 26. Come forward for a tag. They didn't tag him, but now they have Harper in a rundown. Mass participation here, and they're going to call Bryce out. He came very close to beating his man to the bag.
I think the fact that Bryce is jogging off the field tells you they got him, but nice job of staying in the rundown. Matt Adams had the nerve to make an out tonight, and then they get him at first. The force is off at second. Now you got to tag Bryce Harper in case you didn't know, and then stays in the rundown, playing hard. Looked like they tagged him on the calf right before he got to the base. Good hustle by Bryce. I love it.
I had that 6-3, 5-6. You know, they're in a shift, so all kinds of crazy configurations are going on. It is a double play. And Murphy, the hitter. Daniel to center, right at Maben, and this one to the top of the 9th inning. Oh, what a night. 3 more outs to get, and the doctor's gonna have an appointment here.
Folks, hit a hard ground ball to third his first time up, and then home run number 10 in the 4th inning. It was 9-1 at that point. You're thinking they got on the board. There goes the shutout. Well, he would electrify the crowd in the 6th with the grand slam to put his ball club up 10-9. So down 9-0. Trey Turner took it upon himself to make it a 10-9 game. A lot of great at-bats tonight. All the way around. Walks, base hits, home runs, you name it. The Nats have done it. Soak it in, folks. 3 outs away from what would be the largest deficit in Nats history overcome.
And by the way, Trey Turner becomes the 5th leadoff man since 1920, when RBIs became an official stat, to drive in 8 out of the leadoff spot. Last guy to do it, Mookie Betts of the Red Sox last year at Toronto. Sean Doolittle against Cameron Maben, Miguel Rojas, and Yadiel. Actually, the pitcher spot. And a bouncer to deep short. Turner jump throw, and it pulls Matt Adams off the bag. So the Marlins have their leadoff guy on it, a 2-run game.
Yeah, good effort by Trey, but Maben just too fast, especially going toward the left field line, throwing across his body in the air. The doctor is in, and it's been a while since we've said that for a save opportunity.
Yeah, Miguel Rojas 2 for 5 career against him. And the splitter off speed had him way out ahead.
Fastball up.
One out. That thing probably looked 100 after the off speed.
Well, fastball down, change up, and you knew this was coming. Anybody that's watched the Nats at all knows that's the put away pitch, and it's tough to take. 1 out.
This is Brian Holliday, their backup catcher, and evidently the only available player after Castro they had off the bench, because JT Riddle was in the lineup tonight and got scratched, and they're working with a short bench to begin with. So it'll be Holliday here, and if it gets to the 9 hole, Starlin Castro, who's already in the game.
Good pitch. And Sean's been mixing in more off speed lately. His last outing in Philadelphia, we saw it a lot as you look at the NL save leaders. Threw a couple of sliders, some change-ups in there. Trying to get the hitters off his fastball that he throws 90% of the time.
1-1. Rendon just backed up about 10 feet. And this one out to right center for Michael A. Taylor. 2 down. For the Marlins, it's up to Starlin Castro. So Brian Holliday retired, Johnny Holliday and Ray Knight. And I'm looking forward to hearing some of Ray's thoughts on a game like this, like you've expressed, that could be a springboard for a ball club. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. You never know, but my goodness, did this look bad 2 hours ago.
1 out, need an out.
They're chanting due. Starlin Castro is 0 for 3 career against him. You know what you get from the great closers? You get momentum. One pitch after another. It just kind of gets better as the inning goes on. Sean Doolittle building off of that, feeding off of it. Take a breather here and step off.
Start over, he told him.
Sean hitting the dirt here on a ball that goes right by him. And now the Marlins have 2 on.
Yeah, Spencer going to go out there and make sure he's okay. And that was a low line drive right back at him. Watch. Just got out of the way. And I don't know how he got out of the way. Watch this. This is so close. Right at the head. And a lot of times when a pitcher hits the mound on a near line drive, they can get hurt when they hit the mound. We've seen that before. So hold on, this ain't over.
Marlins have out-hit the Nats 14-12. Nats have outscored the Marlins 14-12. And it'll be Derek Dietrich. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk career against Sean Doolittle.
Spencer Keyboom putting on a sign right here, just saying, hey, if these guys both go, the only run that matters is the guy at first. We're throwing a second.
.83 on the slider for strike 2. 24,314. Seeing one of the craziest games ever in this ballpark. Crazy game, great result, and the Nats hold on to win it 14-12.
I mean, the win of the year for the Washington Nationals, without a doubt. Down 9-0, they came back and beat the Marlins. And when you talk about maybe this being the start of something special, you have to build on this if you're this ball club. What a win for Davey Martinez's club. All things considered, the win of the year by far.
So the Nats break a 5-game losing streak. At home, their 20th win of the year against 23 losses. 3 hours and 15 minutes to accomplish it. And Sean Doolittle threw 13 pitches in that inning. I don't know how he did it, but he missed with one. 12 strikes.
I mean, nights like tonight are why you love baseball, right?
You never know.
It can rip your heart out one night and then give you thrills beyond all belief the next.
Yeah, we found out tonight, Dan, it can rip your heart out one inning, and then there's a big turnaround in the middle of a ball game. Here's a guy who had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, he had a lot to do with it, Bob. 8 RBIs from Trey Turner. Trey, your team was down 9-0. You ran off 14 straight runs. What'd your ball club show tonight?
I feel like that's who we are. You know, I think no lead's too big. We continue to have good at-bats throughout the game and put pressure on the other team. Don't let up, and we're a pretty good team.
Even trailing 9-0, me sitting here next to the dugout, I still heard chatter. I still heard positivity, confidence. Where does that confidence stem from, even when things are going poorly?
We don't have a choice. You know, I think right now we got to win every game we possibly can, no matter how the game starts out, whether we're up 9-0 or down 9-0. We got to keep going, keep pushing forward, and you know, Matt Adams said during the game, keep your foot on the pedal, and that's what we got to do.
Your team's down 3. When you come up against Conley there in the 6th inning with the bases loaded, you see 3 straight off-speed pitches. In a 1-2 count, you crush a fastball. Were you looking heater the entire way?
Sort of. You know, I felt like after 3 off speed, he was going to try to, you know, throw a fastball up in the zone, and he made a mistake and kind of kept it in there for me. So I'm glad I put a good swing on it.
First career grand slam. Describe the feeling for me when you touch it off and when you get to home plate.
It felt good, just the situation, you know, being down, and we really needed it. So just situation, I think, made it that much sweeter.
Trey, you said you need to win every game that you possibly can the rest of the way. This is just one, but what's the significance of this one in your mind?
It's a good start. You know, we're 1 for 1, and you know, tomorrow we'll try to do the same thing, take it one game at a time, and continue to piece it together, and we'll see where it ends up.
Congratulations, Trey.
Thank you.
Bob, back upstairs to you.
The Nationals have now beaten the Marlins 12 times in a row, and they were down 9-0. The Turner Grand Slam, part of an 8 RBI night. Young Mr. Soto had 3 of his own that he drove in. Big night for the offense, badly needed, and a character win for the Nats as they win at 14-12. More from Nationals Park straight ahead.